Hello, everybody. It's Spoon again. What I'm going to talk about on this little video is my backpack. This is what I take to school because I teach high school and I teach at the community college. So I carry this backpack around with me a lot. Um, and what I keep in it, because not being a traditional academic type teacher, I run into things that other teachers probably don't. And I have this in my truck all the time with me wherever I go. It comes out of the truck, goes in the house with me, comes out of the house, goes in my truck. I take it into the school when I go in, and I didn't even know it was an REI book packer. This was my youngest daughter had when she was in high school, and I just took it over. So I've had this thing for a while. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it down and I'll start pulling things out. I'll still throw it in the chair I got over here, and so I'll start pulling things out and showing what I have. Because I do things just slightly different than other people. And my situation is you'll never see a firearm in here. I teach at high school. There will never be such a thing. There is not one in my vehicle. It's all illegal for me. And I'm good with that. I'm solid with that. After some of the people I've worked with, I don't think we need to have them with any of us with firearms on campus. All right, so here we go. I always carry a flashlight of some sort. This one's just a cheapie from Harbor Freight, but it's done me well. I use rechargeable batteries all the time, so it's easy for me to keep them up. I always keep rechargeable batteries around. And the way I lose things, cheap is okay for me. I've lost some nice old lights and some other good stuff because I just sometimes leave stuff lay around. Leave it in an attic, leave it laying on a floor, leave it in another room, all kinds of stuff. And then 2 days later, may realize I didn't have it. Now I keep it on the outside of my pack, so I'm always looking for it. I also carry one of these cheesy snap links, the ones you can never use for repelling. And then these I use for key rings, or sometimes I use these to tie through. And if I got a short rope or something, I'm doing something, or I'm giving a demonstration for kids, or we're doing something in the lab, it always gives me an option just to go to my backpack and pull something that's easy to work off of. Or even when I'm out working, if I need to hang things or do some basics supportive stuff, this works out well for me. Let's see what else. I also carry binder clips. This one's the big blue. I found that this ridiculous thing works pretty good in a pinch as a clamp. If I don't have a clamp handy or whatever I'm doing, this works out quite well. And I actually picked this up from a science teacher doing a lab, and he was using the binder clips as clamps, and I saw him do that, and I loved the idea, and I kept it. Now I'm gonna go through the small pouch first, and I don't even remember what's in here for sure, because I keep stuff in it, and I haven't been back to the school for a while with students, so I haven't gone through and cleaned it out and made sure I'm up on what I need. But I'll start pulling stuff out of there. Well, this is a new edition. I did this in another video, went over it, but this is what I'm gonna carry around so I can have silverware for lunch. And with this bag, if I put everything back in it and I throw it in the dishwasher at home, it gets cleaned. I just pull the bag out, throw it back in, and I have it to use. Extra wall wart. Another inexpensive light from Harbor Freight. Charger for my Fitbit. Another multi-tool. This one's a Rover Tech. I just got it, and I obviously threw it in there. But I haven't used it yet, but I do like how heavy the handle is. Looks like it can take a beating, and I'll find out, because if it doesn't, I'll end up breaking it, and then I'll take it apart and build my own out of it. Let's see. Oh, I got a bottle opener, P38, and Captain America shield, and a house key, because I lose my keys, misplace them, lock myself out of the house sometimes. Well, highlighter, which is abnormal, but I've got fuses, and I don't know why I have fuses in there. I must have been given. Oh, last year when we went online, I probably grabbed some. I did. I grabbed some of the fuses, and I did an online lesson with my students about fuses because we were going through DC electronics and digital electronics. This has nothing to do with digital, but that's what we were going through. This is, if I have to give CPR, it's one of those things you stick in the mouth, and so you're not lip to lip in it. And then a cheapy little knife sharpener. Find this comes in handy when I'm trying to get stuff done. And I have another little flashlight. And this one is a USB charger. What is this one? It's cheapy, made in China. I don't know where I got it from. I've been experimenting with flashlights and lighting, mainly because I wanted to do some YouTube stuff, and I wasn't sure what would work best. And then once I started looking for lighting for that, then I ended up started collecting flashlights. And I'll show the lighting solution I've come up with for my garage. I'll go over what my old one was. I have electrical tape, razor, Peeps. Love this for cleaning my glasses as long as they're not too grimy, greasy. They're good for a quick clean. I've liked it a lot. Another cobalt knife. This is one I carried around before the one I currently carry. One straight blade-ish, the combination blade, and then the razor knife. This is a good knife. It's come in handy. I worked with it a lot. And then some chargers for my phone. Another charger for my phone, or the lights. More USB compatible charger stuff. For this one goes to because I was involved, my students are involved in Skills USA and I help out. So this one goes to that. I got it 1 year at some competition. Paper clip. Another Sharpie, dry erase, pens. I'm not pulling out all the pens. Air gauge for the tires. Some more binder clips. I have way too many pens in here. And then a little combination screwdriver. This has come in handy, especially when I was helping students when we were doing robotics competitions. Having something like this around to make a little on me when we were doing competition, to have just be able to hand them, so they had something if they forgot, they didn't bring a small enough screwdriver in the kit they were supposed to pack. Because when I'm dealing with my students, I make them pack everything. I don't go through their packing list. They establish it, they pack it, they do it, and if it doesn't work, then hopefully maybe I have something on me. And then paracord. I just have a thing about always having paracord. And then a Milwaukee ink saw. I've got these all over the place. I use them a lot. And other than, then I have a pen that's also a USB or SD card. So I've never used this. It was given to me as a gift. I like it a lot. I've kept it. I'm going to have to tinker with it and see how it really works. And short of a ton of other pens and pencils, that's what's in that that pocket. Now I'm going to go to a large pocket. Now, I always keep some kind of first aid kit on me. Actually, I've upgraded this. I used to have a much smaller one. I've moved it over to my hiking equipment. But this first aid kit, I added a big thing of peroxide to it, a thing of Neosporin, and this Abreva stuff. Typically, people use this for, I think, cold sores, but I found you can use it on like anything that's starting to, like an ingrown hair or something, and it just cleans it up. So that's the way I use it. I don't know if that's a recommended way, and I don't recommend anyone do what I do. Because I am not a medical professional. And I've been carrying around toilet paper with me ever since the run on toilet paper this year. And this is 2020, of course. My other tripod for my cameras. I use and I usually have one of these in the bag, but this one's battery's dying, so. But it's a flip camera. It's old. I bought this like 10 years ago. And the camera I'm filming with right now is also one of these. But I keep these in one of these usually, or I use my phone. And I can film a lesson pretty quick for my students with one of these. And then because of the flip, it goes to a USB, stick it in a computer, and just upload it. And then I can put it into our learning management system. And, you know, that's just one of those things. And I carry around a microfiber cloth. And then this is just full of pens and pencils and spare batteries for cameras. And yeah, that's it. It's I just like these kind of bags. I have quite a few of them. These are something I bought at Lowe's. And I have another pencil bag, but this one is specifically for drafting. It's all set up for mechanical drafting because I occasionally have to teach that. Not because it's like the official class, because the classes I actually teach are woods and metals, environmental systems technology. Then I teach manufacturing operations, welding technology class, DC electronics, digital electronics, and then I have taught robotics and a few others. It rotates every now and then depending on what student interest is and what we can offer that year based on schedules. So sometimes in the classes we do have to go over how to draw, and I have these pencils to do that with. So I can just show them the basics of it. They can use any pencil they want, but I like using the good mechanical pencils, the 3mm, the 5mm, 7, the 9, to show the difference density in lines, so the students really get something out of it. Then I have an old Uglies. I know I have newer ones. I know I have 2020, but this is a 2014. It was just in there. So Uglies I'll use more with the community college students when I'm teaching electrical trades there. But with the high school students, we go over how to use Uglies because it's a good reference, and so they get to see what's done out in industry as opposed to all academics. And then I keep a notepad, a small notebook, and then I keep a larger notebook. Hopefully, if I get off the stick and I really get at it, I'll start working on my doctorate of education. And I don't do, well, my master's degree was for a pay raise. The doctorate of education will be just because I want to see if I can actually do a doctorate. And with my wife finishing hers, Doctor and Mr. Spoon just doesn't like stroke my ego. And then I have this, and it works out pretty nice. All right, and that does it for what's in that bag. And some things come in and out, and it'll vary. Like upgrading my first aid kit was something I've recently done. The school I have first aid kits that the school provides. I do. So I won't be using this for students, but I wanted something that when I'm going in and out, doing other things, that I have something handy for me. I'm probably paranoid when it comes down to things like this, but paranoid or prepared, I don't really care which way someone calls it. If I have it when I need it, that's great. If I have it and I end up not needing it, oh well, that's the way it goes. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Talk to y'all later.